5 simple ways to love your husband, part 1. If you want to really make your husband feel loved, there are simple things you should be doing that will make him feel truly loved. Your husband deserves to be loved. Don't get it twisted, all right? Your husband deserves to be loved. And these are the things you can do. Number 1, trust is leadership. This sounds very simple, but most times it is easy for you to start doubting your husband's leadership. He wants the marriage to go in a certain direction. But maybe because he has made mistakes in the past, you kind of begin to doubt his leadership. It is important that you trust his leadership. It's one of the ways your husband feels loved, right? Trust your husband's leadership. If he tells you, this is what I think we should be doing, yes, you can question it, you can have reservation about it, but you have to always reassure your husband that you really trust his leadership, right? That's why you don't marry a man you don't trust. Don't marry a man that you don't trust his decision-making abilities. Because once you marry him, you have to trust his leadership if you really want to make him feel loved. Number 2, be your man's peace. Right? Men they need peace of mind. Be his peace. Right? Be his resting place. Don't be the wife that is always troubling your husband. Right? Let your husband look forward to coming back home, because you are going to be his peace. And peace means different things to different men. And you have to have that conversation with him. How can I be your peace? Being his peace for some men, or being his peace for some men, could mean that just give them space sometimes. All right, leave him alone sometimes. He wants to probably play game with his friends. Allow him to play games with his friend. He wants to be on his place. Allow him to play. He wants to just be alone. That could be his peace. Being his peace could be that reduce your criticism, reduce your complaining, reduce your nagging. There are things you can look over. It's not everything you have to complain about. It's not everything you have to criticize him about. All right? So reduce your criticism. Reduce your complaining. Reduce nagging. That could be what it means to be his peace. Being his peace could just mean that when he comes back from work, you ask him about his work. You are there for him. You allow him to discuss his pain with you. Right? And you will not use it against him. Right? You will not argue. You will not always argue. You will always argue. That could be just being his peace. So be his peace is another way you can love your husband. Number 3 is to appreciate your husband. Be grateful for his contribution. Appreciate his effort. Sometimes it's not even about the results, or you want a particular result, but are you appreciating his efforts? You want him to change. Are you appreciating his efforts towards that change? There are times when you want your husband to do some things for you, but he's not doing it yet, but you can see that he's making effort to do it. Appreciate that effort. That's a way to love him. And that thing is, you need to appreciate the little progress he's making. Oh, let's say you want your husband to be able to afford a particular rent, or you want the family to move to a new neighborhood. But the husband, you see, is making effort, he's saving. Appreciate that little savings he's making towards getting that rent, right? Pay attention to the little efforts, the little progress your husband is making, and appreciate it. Acknowledge his effort. Appreciate his contribution. Appreciate him for who he is. Sometimes it doesn't mean that he has to even do something for you to appreciate him. Appreciate him for who he is. Right? And be verbal about your appreciation. Right? You can appreciate him different ways. You know what your husband likes. Reward him with what he likes. Appreciate your husband. You are going to see that you are going to get the best out of your husband when you appreciate him. Now, it may not be all you want him to be. It may not be the best husband he has always been, but appreciate what you have. You will get the best from him when you appreciate him more than criticize him. Right? Many wives, your husband is doing a lot of things right, but once he makes a mistake, you begin to complain. You need to appreciate the things he's doing right, though, but you complain about what he's doing wrong. That's not good enough. Your husband helps you carry the children to school. Yeah, that's his responsibility, but you can appreciate it, right? Gratitude is one of the things that can preserve your marriage. Gratitude will preserve your marriage, and it's important to do that as often as possible. Every day, gratitude. If you see a couple that practices gratitude, right, it will improve the marriage. The opposite of gratitude is complaining. One of the ways you know that you're not a grateful wife is when you're always complaining. When you're always complaining, you're always criticizing, then you are not grateful. You're not a grateful woman. All right. Number 4, support your husband's vision and goals, or support his work. There are times when your husband's vision, his goals are not in your area of interest, but support his vision, right? Men will need you before they love you. It is women that love before they need you. Your husband needs you. Your husband needs your backing. It's not just want, he needs your backing and support. So support his vision, support his work. When his work, let's say his work is something you don't even have interest in at all. When he comes back, ask about it. Know about the work your husband is doing. Ask questions. Ask him ways you can support him. Ask him, be involved in his work. All right? Support it however you can. Contribute to it. Give your advice. Give your opinion. Right? Give your emotional support. If you have a connection that can enhance the progress of his work, make sure you are lavish with that. Right? Help him. If you help him with your skill, with your expertise, his support could just be that you are there to rub his head. Show him that you have his back. Right? Support is very, very important to men, and that's one of the ways you can show that you love your spouse. Engage in his leisure. Join him in the things he does for leisure. It's called recreational companionship. So your husband loves football, and let's say he's a Liverpool supporter. He's a Real Madrid fan. Support it. You should be the one that will be reminding him the time of his match. You know, buy a jersey, buy the Real Madrid jersey, buy your own, wear it, even if you don't know anything about it, even though you are not even interested. You don't understand what they are even doing. What are these men doing with football? Don't be like that. Don't be against his recreational activity. The fact that you don't understand it does not mean you should not be part of it. So you want him to feel loved. Join him in his recreational activity. He's watching the football. Even though you don't understand, ask him questions. Hey, you go and study about it. Ask him. Your husband likes playing snooker. That's the man you married. Join him. Follow him there. Support him. Learn about it. Play it with him. If that's what it takes. Your husband loves playing PlayStation. Don't just leave him there playing his PlayStation. No. Sometimes support it. Join him. Play with him. Learn how to do it. Your husband loves golf. Go with him. You know, it's called recreational companionship. Most women lose their husband in these aspects. That's a point of connection. That's a point of intimacy you should maximize. Some of these men that cheat, go and check it out. The girl they are cheating with, or the lady they are cheating with, most times they meet in their recreational spots. So please, support your husband when with recreational activities. Whatever your husband enjoys doing, you should be doing it with him. If you can't do it with him, support it. Encourage him. Help him do it more. Let him know that you are delighted in seeing him happy. You are delighted when he's enjoying himself. Whatever gives your husband excitement, fuel it. Don't criticize it. Don't say, you're always on this game. You're always on this game. You're always complaining about what makes your husband likes to hang out with his friend, right? Especially if his friends are not bad people. Allow him. Support it. You will see that it will improve, your marriage, right? The more you do this, you will get the best out of your husband. You will get the best. The last thing I'm going to say is that give your husband visual stimulation. Men want visual stimulation. Men most times are moved visually. They are moved by what they see. So you shouldn't be the wife at home that you just tie wrapper or you just visual stimulation. You have to give your husband something to see. Yes, it's the truth. Dress up well, but will I use the word for lack of word? Be seductive about it for your husband at home, especially at home. Give him something to see. Tease him visually. He can be at work. Send him something that will tantalize his moment. You understand? It's one of the ways you put excitement, right? Most men will love excitement. No matter how calm he is, I can tell you for free, he likes those type of excitement. Right? So visual, wear something, you buy lingeries at home, right? Look good at home. Most women don't look good at home. They only look good when they want to go out. So you are looking good for when you want. It's only when you want to go out that you dress well. When you're at home, I'm not saying you should wear something expensive, but you have to always give your husband something to see, or else he's going to be seeing it somewhere else. There's social media. All right, men have really moved back, and that's why the porn industry is booming, because men always want something to see. It's men that patronize it. You see, OnlyFans, it's men. Because men, it's a strong need for men to always see something. All right, so give your husband something to see. All right, so I hope this helps you, and I hope this improves your marriage. Right, you can watch this over and apply this. You're going to see the improvement. Your husband will feel loved, and you will get the best out of your husband. All right, I look forward to hearing your testimonies, right, and your testimonials. If you've not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification button. Like and share this video. You're welcome.